No, no studio mode. No, bad studio mode. All right, we're going live. Let's give it a moment. Let's give it a moment to catch up with itself. The podcast people are like, what the hell? Hey, guys. Welcome to Vanishing Gates. I am your host, Jay, and this is my...
Frozen Picture Jack.
Other host.
Oh, wait.
Frozen Picture Jack? Is that your
The
name?
Funkle.
The son of a bitch. Funkle.
Fucking Funkle.
Hey, can we not potty mouth so much on this one?
I deeply apologize. Welcome in chat, Dave Stock. Thank you for the compliments. Dave. That is very polite.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Dave is always good about that. So, we're on episode, 97, I think? Correct us, guys, in chat if we're wrong.
I have no idea what episode.
As we approach our 100th episode, we are getting closer to our giveaway. I am doing a giveaway of mostly nudes of Jack. Because he's texting on his phone.
Sorry, no, it's a work thing.
Yeah, don't do that. Anyhow, no, really. We're not going to repeat that. We're trying to be more PG-13, Dave. Thank you. So, here's the deal. We're doing our 100th episode. It's a big celebration for us after 2 years plus. And what I want to do is give away some Amazon gift card codes. I'm going with Amazon. I was going to go with MXCP, but, dang. Can you focus?
I am currently actually dealing with something that's work related.
All right. Well, he's gonna have a moment apparently. So here we are. The idea is if you give us a like and follow on the page, and a good rating, because we don't want bad ratings. You can be sarcastic though. That's dope. You will get entered to win our giveaway on our 100th episode. We're going to give away, I think it's a $100 Amazon gift card and then two $50 gift cards as well. Probably to Amazon. I was going to do an Xbox one, but I think that not everyone is playing Xbox these days. Mostly because Jack plays the PlayStation.
The PlayStation is the best system.
You were incorrect, sir, but also irrelevant. So we figure we spread it broader so you guys could get more stuff out. So do this. If you want to be entered on our 100th episode giveaway, give us a good rating on the page, like it on our Facebook page, share it.
Listen, there's crackling in my headset and I'm freaking out right now, okay?
It could be because you're not paying attention.
I never pay attention.
There you go.
Let's not.
In chat, Jack, you're dead to me.
Listen, in chat, Dave, I love you, man, but no.
Yeah, also, guys, if you're going to go and you can also be entered by going to our iTunes thing. Is it Apple Podcasts or whatever?
I have no idea.
Go to the places that we are streaming on the podcast sites and take a screenshot of a good rating of us and send it to us on the Facebook page, and you'll be entered as well to win this. And we will, I think our tech guy, Nick in Chicago, has a name randomizer. So we might even do it live stream. Who the winner is.
I just have to address chat one more time real quick. Okay, listen.
You're not going to fight with Dave all night, man.
PlayStation is the best system. There is no argument for this. Your argument's invalid. You're basically just a glorified PC that doesn't do anything good like PCs. So step off, dick.
You guys want a reminder of Jack's education and technology? He doesn't have any.
No, he's right. I don't.
Boom,
that's
goes
true.
the dynamite. All right. So that said, I do want to mention that lately I have been given the awesome opportunity to be the guest co-host over the summer on WT Frick Paranormal with Emily Stackley. And she will be on the show soon. We are also going to be joined by, come on, Jack. Who? Are you going to show up? Maybe Jack.
Listen, here's the thing. Jack is a jet setter nowadays.
Jet setter.
He is single and he's out there setting jets.
And he's ready to mingle. So if
fuck
you're
that
a
means.
girl that wants to talk to Jack. Maybe we should just do that as a giveaway.
Listen.
We should auction off
we've already been here and done that.
Well, no,
okay.
You weren't single really then, and you were mad at me. You got mad at me for you quit the show because of that.
Listen. No,
Jerk.
we did this like 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah,
we went over this. So I'm just gonna say this right now.
If you were local, you want to take Jack on a date. Just give us the highest bid because he's kind of a whore.
Okay, listen. I am not a whore. I am not a whore.
He's a beautiful, beautiful woman.
I am just not a whore. One might say I am the opposite of a whore.
He's a John.
I don't do it on the first date.
Jack is a John? Wait, hold on.
Maybe I did. No, I don't. No, yeah.
Do you know what
I won't do it again on the first date.
He doesn't know what a whore is.
Listen, I know what a whore is, okay? Don't you fucking call me a whore. Okay.
But you're the opposite of a whore. You're a John, not a Jack. So calling you John.
I feel like that's an unfair assessment of the situation. I feel like you're forcing titles on me that I just don't want. Don't fucking label me, son. Don't label me.
All right, whatever, pseudo ginger.
Just don't ever fucking refer to me as a ginger again. Okay.
I said pseudo
I
ginger.
will smite you from this planet.
See, your blonde hair is ruining your beard.
There
That's
will be books written
nice
by the
luscious
smear of blood
beard like mine
across the fucking planet. Okay.
Whatever.
All right. There will be books written.
You got this. You got this.
I will spread you.
You can do this
all out.
Okay, that's not appropriate. We're brothers.
I meant like your
that's
blood
creepy.
and gore when I smite you.
Like a.
Listen,
blood eagle.
I don't think.
You need to grow better red hair. You're not my type.
I'm dyeing my mustache and beard.
Or shave it. Just be a shaved head.
I'm no longer going to have facial hair ever again, just because I don't want people to see this
ginger,
sad ass ginger thing going on.
I was going to grow my beard.
Don't you call me a blinger?
Oh, he's a blinger. Oh, Dave in chat, you're the bomb. Blinger.
Get us here, artisan water.
Artisan water.
It's delicious.
LA tap water, flown in from LA because we have the budget for that.
We have the budget for LA tap water, everybody.
Yeah. Flown in from LA. I think LA would pay us to take their tap water.
So what was I going to say? Right.
You don't even know, bro. So we're close to our 100th episode.
Gingers are trash.
It's not true. Anyhow, Tom Vlass will be on the show soon. I will announce that date probably the next episode or two. But we are getting closer to our 100th episode, so we have a giveaway going on.
How many episodes
we're
is
trying
that?
to bribe you. 100 would be the case.
How many times would we have to count to get there?
Oh, man. At least 5.
5 times at least?
5 times.
Yeah, probably.
But so make sure you like the page, the Facebook page, guys. For those listening in the podcast format, it's harder to track. So if you give us the Facebook page and give us a good rating or whatnot, or even a crap rating. I do care, but please don't give us a crap rating too much. We know how bad we are. Don't worry, pump your brakes. We understand.
Wait.
We're trying to better ourselves for you.
Do we know how bad we are? We haven't started the sports broadcast at this point, and that's bad signs.
It's a different podcast.
We need things to bitch about more.
Oh, really? We need more things to complain and bitch about.
We should probably spread our wings and bitch about a lot more.
And spread our rings and ignite like a phoenix that gets extinguished by a
or slowly lose our feathers like Icarus.
Fire extinguisher.
Just like Icarus, slowly lose our feathers until we don't make it.
That's not how this works.
I think mine's a much better analogy.
I think your analogy is pretty awesome.
Yeah, Dave, please send us more green construction paper.
I know, so the backdrop was supposed to be pseudo green screen, but what it really is blacking out the window behind us because I have a window.
High class.
See,
high class studioing.
Studioing. So the studio has had many in the last few years, many different stations. And what's going on is there's a big set of windows in the studio. And the first one the first iteration had bookshelves and whatnot behind it with lots of books, things you can read. And we dropped that to be more simplified, which I think is kind of dumb. So I might go back to
Wait,
it.
what's a book?
A book?
Book.
I think it's a book. I think it's pronounced book.
A book.
Apparently, people open them. They're full of paper.
What is paper? Isn't that? Oh, that's where you write those little symbols on them, right?
No, that's the thing that locally people roll their joints in. I think.
Oh, okay. I was just making
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, I think it's just an inexpensive rolly paper.
Okay, makes sense.
All right, so what's the cigar of the show there, Jack?
The cigar of the show is Don Osvaldo.
Oh, again.
But yeah, I mean, again,
These guys.
Dominican.
They're not bad. They're not bad.
It's Dominican.
But we're doing it again. It's like, I guess I should find a better subscription for my
Or I could have probably gotten cigars for the show.
smokiness. Or you could have helped.
Theoretically.
Oh, you could have helped too. Weird.
Theoretically, I could have watched it.
Hypothetically, yeah, you could have
But I was like,
maybe helped.
but I was sitting there thinking to myself,
So I do want to say
Self-
one thing because Dave in Canada there, he's supposed to be sending me a care package. I'm supposed to open on the show. Guess what, Dave? It's not here, bro. What's up?
where's this care package, Dave?
I think that's the mystery of the show.
I feel like this was a lie.
I think that that's the mystery of the show. I think maybe it's the Patterson Gimlin footage of Canadian packages.
No. That sounds like it could have stung a little bit.
Well, last time he sent me some really good coffee crisps.
You just insulted your package, Dave.
Anyhow, don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe. Follow us all over the place because we're super professional. That's the thing we do. All
Yeah,
right,
we were like, we do the paranormal and stuff like that. Don't worry. Somewhere down the line.
Unexplained. The unexplained is
The
us.
unexplained is us actually doing the paranormal part of our show anymore.
It's weird that one of our biggest downloaded shows is the Marshall Farts episode. Where
I'm loving it. Marshall Farts is the greatest episode ever. Let's
the
just
title.
say that
People
right now.
download the title. It's like, listen to what we're saying.
Fuck.
And we didn't say much.
I think we just cried mostly over the videos we were watching.
I was just
Like,
trying to
holy
explain the
fucking
difference
shit.
between actual martial arts and the fake, chi points and whatnot. Load of horseshit.
Look, you don't know
Anyhow.
chi points aren't real.
Oh, I do.
You don't know.
I do.
Listen,
well,
you
not in a
could
fight.
fucking, you know what?
Hey, potty
you don't
mouth.
know.
That's one.
Sorry.
One more of that, and we're not PG-13 anymore. Damn it.
Actually, after only one, you're no longer PG-13.
Oh, did you one already?
So if you do two,
I
yeah, I've done a
wasn't
bunch.
tracking. No. It's one
I'm
is
just-
the end of PG-13. We're trying to be
Yeah.
more radio friendly.
Well, there goes PG-13.
Dang
We're
it.
right into R.
Dad nabbit.
Hey, more we can get to X if we really want to try.
Oh, fucking fuck.
Yep. There we go.
Right into X territory.
Right into the X.
X
zone.
gonna give it to you.
X going.
Now we're getting sued.
Knock, knock, open the door. X gonna deliver it to you. Fuck.
Talk about delivering it to you. We want to talk about possession.
Ooh. Ooh. Isn't that like 9/10 of the law?
I'm thinking it's 1/10 of your soul.
Pretty sure California
great
it's only
episode
like
name.
1.1% of the law.
It's actually not true that possession is 9/10. It's actually a good way to get arrested.
Also,
Having somebody
theoretically,
stolen possession of your property, it's a good way to go to jail.
9/10 of the law. So does that mean if someone's like
9/10
actually possessed, they're fine?
We partially like the law, but not enough to actually respect it. That's a good way to go to jail.
Screw
but we're
it.
talking about something a little deeper.
It's beautiful in chat.
Oh,
Thank you.
I kind of want to read what Dave says in chat. Fucks and cock monkey balls. I said it with an
Fucks
accent.
and cock
I'm
monkey
not sure
balls.
why he spelled it that way.
It's classy. I love
I'm
the
not
classy,
sure
the
where he's
classy
going with
nature
that.
of our chats.
The classic
Just-
nature
just-
of our chats.
There's nothing better than this chat.
Thank God our mom's not on here. That'd be even worse.
Oh God!
She always takes it a level. All right, let's talk about possession.
Never met someone with a better sense of humor. I'm a fucked up one.
That's not true.
It's a fucked up sense of humor, that one. Anyways. Okay.
I'm not reading that.
We're
Dave.
not reading that. If you want to read it in chat, just come to Facebook and you can read it anytime.
Hey, Dave, share it so they can read what you're saying.
Oh, yeah, share it more. Share it again and again. Just keep sharing
Again and again.
it over and over. Anyways, what we're saying, exorcisms. Exorcisms.
Exorcisms.
Exorcisms. Am I drunk?
Exorgasms.
Did I get drunk and didn't realize it?
Well, you're
Did someone
drinking.
spike my fucking drink?
You're drinking a hardcore LA water, so
I'm
probably.
pretty sure someone spiked my drink at the bar when we were playing pool.
You didn't have any drink at the bar.
I had a fucking...
Hey,
I had a drink at the bar.
you
I
had
didn't
a
have beer, though.
soda. No one got near it.
Shh, don't rat on
And
me.
you still
I
lost
haven't
at
been
pool.
drinking soda and I don't want to be narked on right now.
Anyhow, so let's go to this topic. We're talking about the possibility of possessions and what it means and the broad spectrum of it. So what does it mean and how do you approach it? So does a human being, are we capable as humans of being possessed? And what does that even mean? And possessed, I don't mean like kept as slaves because that's terrible. But I mean by an entity outside of yourself that controls you. Which is also technically slavery, but we're talking about a more spiritual level here. Or non-spiritual level, maybe a more scientific level.
We can approach this from the church's perspective, which is what, like fallen angels or whatever possessing human bodies.
How much do you know about the church?
I
would love to hear what you know about
I will
the church.
explain to you what I know about the church. I know the Vatican has secrets under the fucking under itself, or the Vatican has secrets in its archives, and that they are keeping them from all of us.
Names.
And they're probably out
I shouldn't
to molest like 90% of the
Dude,
population.
No, bad. Bad. We shouldn't make those jokes. That said, I was as a kid. I'm quite a bit older than Jack. I was raised Catholic, and the priests that I was around never actually even kind of would have condoned that. They would have actually pushed for the execution of people that do that.
He must have got excommunicated then.
No, Father Albert and Father Paul. They were some of the best guys in the world. Actually, they would have actually probably pushed for the death penalty for people that do that.
Just sounds like they were.
If you touch kids, you're wrong. How many times are we gonna say this on this fucking
I thought
show?
that was somewhere in the Catholic, like
don't touch
Catholics
children.
teaching to touch children. Like it said specifically that if you don't want to be excommunicated,
No,
and if you want to be a cardinal, you have to at least touch 30 children to get this far. It's like a quest in a video game. You must touch at least 30 children to become a cardinal.
And that's how Jack killed my show.
Oof.
Are you serious? Bring it back and apologize, asshole. That's not even kind of true. It's a rude joke. 90% of people at least think touching kids is wrong.
I know, I agree.
The other 10% need to be burnt on
other 10%
fire,
are Catholic.
alive.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
I apologize.
funny.
I apologize.
You're a fucking asshole. We're going to get
I'm an
removed from
asshole.
all the channels. You cockwagon. Are you serious?
I deeply apologize if you're offended.
This is why you should drink, because when you're sober, you say stupid shit. He doesn't really believe that. Cathols, calm down.
Bunch of Catholics.
Oh my god!
I actually have nothing against religion, and it's just a joke that I run on. Don't worry about
it's
it.
not a funny joke though.
It's not the worst of the jokes.
Nobody else is laughing.
Want to hear the better ones?
Except for maybe Dave.
I've got a few.
He doesn't. Not on this show. We're trying to make it a little more like friendly to put out there, and now we have to scrap this one. Thanks.
Well, you know what?
God damn it.
It's. You think I'm going to get friendlier? You know I'm not. I'm not that.
No,
good
but
at
you
this.
need to at least be like financially respectful. I'm not going further than that. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
God damn it.
Anyways, I
Asshole.
apologize.
He doesn't really mean it.
If you're offended,
I
I don't mean it. I don't actually think anyone of any religion actually condones anything like this. I just think there are certain assholes in this world who do certain things.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't blame an entire religion for what one or two assholes do.
Exactly. We don't.
But I'm just going to tell you, the joke is out there. There's nothing I could do. I can't help it.
No shit. Good job, son.
And I have to run with it. It's a law.
This is what you get for having a partial ginger beard.
Half my soul's gone. That's why. There's a problem here.
No,
half
you
my
don't have
soul is
and you're not
depleted.
super bad. I bet I could beat you in a drum down or bass down any day.
Yeah, you're musical.
And I can
what
dance.
fucking Exorcism. Let's get back to this shit.
You're the one who started this.
Let's roll back after my apparent run with the fucking
Running
we're not
with
gonna talk
the
about it
dip
anymore.
hole.
We're not gonna talk about it anymore.
Lord, can we go somewhere else with this?
Yes. Okay. So we were talking about possession and how it's 9/10 of the law.
It's not,
And I decided to be a dick about the Catholic Church,
which is strange.
It is strange. I usually don't do that, but we'll go with it. We'll go with it. It's cool. What the heck? Hey, Scott Jet.
All right, so hey, Scott Kelly. here's the deal. Where is the difference between oppression and possession versus, like, what do you think is going on here?
In what context? In what context do you mean, like oppression and possession?
The actual context of the words, possession versus oppression. Do you not know
the oppression of one's cognitive abilities, such as like a demon entering in possession, suppressing one's ability to function?
I think when it comes to a spiritual term, most religious circles agree that possession means someone takes over the vessel, where oppression kind of hangs on you, like in those cartoons with the good angel and the bad angel.
Oh, kind of like something like whispering on it. Yeah,
it leads.
It doesn't
you
actually
that
stop
way.
you, but it's like something that's just kind of like whispering in your ear, guiding you down a different path.
It can't really control you, but it can lead you a certain way.
It like whispers lies into your ears, essentially.
It kind of feeds off you like
a parasite.
Yeah, it feels like it knows its prey. So there's something that's going on. But I think that maybe...
So what, like, you're talking maybe there's a difference here. One's a demon that doesn't actually care to possess the body, but rather just lead someone astray, like it's attempting to lead someone into sin, versus one that just outright does something?
You're asking my personal opinion, or are you asking just the overall?
Well, I'm just saying the overall. Would that be what essentially it is? Is that one is attempting to guide people to guide people into sin or into evil by whispering to them instead of forcing them to do it. Instead, it's whispering in their mind, tricking them, convincing them. Yeah.
So you hear a lot of stories about like the Wahadja board,
the
Hasbro board. We can call it that from now on. I'll get sued.
Quiet boy.
The Wahadja board.
I want to get sued. And we're gonna get sued just from using
the
that.
Shinning.
We're gonna get sued just saying that shit.
I'll just tell Matt Groening I was from Springfield and I knew he meant Springfield, Oregon. He'll be fine. He'll probably laugh.
Matt Groening
sue us.
It doesn't give a shit.
Also, he doesn't give a shit because we're not taking anybody from. It's hard to explain what I was talking about. They're like super easy. Like, can't break it down and make it layman's terms on my end. But what do you think about it?
If I'd say, that's what I would say is essentially one is the definition of oppression would be more like something that's just simply trying to
oppression versus possession. I meant
I was saying oppression is attempting to lead one astray, where it's attempting to do perhaps it's the devil's work. It would be in the Catholic religion. Essentially, it's the demons of hell.
Are you super familiar with the Catholic religion?
Well, no, but
then don't.
I'm saying if I was trying to do it from my opinion, do they even have demons in the Catholic religion? Like, are those a thing? Well, then there you go. I would say that.
Have you never heard of the exorcism? Like, The Exorcist. Have you never heard of exorcism in general?
Some religions like don't actually believe in fucking demons. So I didn't know. I don't actually know the story of the exorcism.
Well, most religions that have a deity,
and the thing is there are different churches. So perhaps a Catholic church here deigns it, but the Vatican and the actual stance isn't that there are demons.
There's Catholic. There's different.
Well, that's why I'm confused. Like, which one did the exorcism? Was it actually Catholic? Perhaps it was Orthodox. It was a different style.
Okay, so the actual story of the exorcism, like, it wasn't a girl. Linda Blair played.
No, it was a boy.
Awesomely, it was a guy, and he was. I think he's still alive.
Yeah, I mean, the story. His story is interesting. We did it once. It was what was it? His mom wanted like money, right?
Yeah, somebody had money. Someone found. This is found in a journal by the priest.
And they used the Ouija board.
The Wahadja board.
The Wahadja board.
Well, the aunt did, and the mom and the aunt were very into deep spiritualism, and they think that might have caused the actual infestation, if you want to call it that, or the possession.
I mean,
the guy ended up being fine later on in life after all the torment he went through.
Wasn't there a story about the fact that the hospital that he was let into, it's shut down now or something like that? But there was an entire floor that they could no longer use. They shut the floor off itself.
I think they shut the floor off in general, but I think it was a Catholic hospital, so it might have been more
choice by them, thinking it's going to be this bad, and someone called ahead.
I have to look into it more. I don't remember. I'm
sure.
old and fat and tired. I've been working too long. But so there's a difference between really, bro.
Well,
that was good timing. Want to keep doing this? Where the hell were we before your Rude
hospital.
phone went off.
Whether or not it's Catholic, you're too old and fat to look it up.
Okay, so you look it up. You're looking at your phone. Maybe ask the person you're texting to look it up. But no, there was the exorcism thing was based off a real thing that happened. Like whether it be paranormal or otherwise, it's something that actually happened. It's like that gal. What was her name? I had her up earlier on the screen.
Annalise
Mickle, yeah. And she actually starved herself to death, basically.
Desks.
Well, and this was in the 70s, man. It wasn't that long ago. And what happened was she was in a super religious Catholic, or I don't know if it was Catholic or Orthodox family. And she basically had issues mentally. It sounds like she had dissociative disorder. And they started pumping her full of like drugs that made her like paranoid and worse off. And she ended up starving herself to death. But they called priests in. The doctors were like, this isn't medical. It's not worth dealing with. And the priests were like, well, we can't get any help.
I feel like this makes
Catholic
sense,
enough or whatever
the
it was
thing
enough. I don't know. It's stupid.
Well, maybe it's just the area they were in. I mean, depending on... She was in Germany, right?
I think so. We should probably check that real quick.
She was German. She was Bavarian. And I think
the Bavarian
I don't
is German,
know.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know if she was in Bavaria when it happened.
I'm not sure, but I tell you what,
and
man,
if she was, there's kind of a weird schism between Western Germany and Bavarian, or in Germany, Western Germany, with the Catholic Church. There was always kind of a schism there.
Well, no, this was actually not a problem. There was people going to bishops and stuff and requesting help. So there was a chain of events that happened. People were going to the chain of command and getting requests, and things were being denied, both medically and religiously. And it's very strange because they pumped her full of drugs that we know cause hallucinations, suicidal thoughts that cause these problems. So where's the balance there? But then there's also stories, or reports. I shouldn't say stories because they're dedicated reports, documented reports of her speaking and multiple voices coming out at one time.
I mean, is it impossible for that to happen, though?
Well, no, because there's Tibetan monks and stuff that sing in like 5 voices at one time.
I mean,
by themselves.
Yeah. So it's probably not impossible. It's probably just a medical thing, honestly, in my opinion on that one. I'm pretty sure that's just a medical thing. And if you actually, there's actually a movie made about it. And I think in the end, it was the exorcism of Emily Rose.
Yeah.
And it was something about the fact that in the end, she was just being molested and she was having cognitive psychic abilities or something like that. It wasn't actually a demon.
Yeah,
it was like
because
something
there's
else.
stories about like her being able to have telekinesis and toss stuff around the room and whatnot. But the fact is, like the exorcism of Emily Rose is not a legitimate way to portray that case, because this girl was she was starving to death. Literally, she starved to death. She died of malnutrition and dehydration.
Something tells me she was probably being assaulted, and she couldn't live with herself, essentially. She was just too young. Her brain couldn't handle what had been happening to her for so long, and then all these people show up supposed to help her. Instead of helping her, they're just making it far worse and far and away worse, and so she just started shutting down.
I think that like the religious beliefs of her family saying, hey, you have to pray for all the dead people you know, that might have helped. Like that might have caused it. I mean, maybe she was just a sweet girl, or maybe she had something ticking different in her brain that caused it. I don't think it was paranormal with her. I don't know, aside from like the talk of the psychokinesis. I don't know if it's been proven. It's unlike the demon house. That's my seg there. You like that? No, you're looking at your phone again. Looking at your phone again. Not hearing nothing because you're deaf.
I'm sorry. I had to deal with some work stuff. Hold on.
Well, So anyway, once upon a time, there was a girl named Annalise, and she moved into the demon house that Zach Baggins bought. Right before Zach Baggins bought it.
Wait, what?
What? Oh, you didn't hear the story?
He was not in the demon house.
I made it up. Are you serious? Turn your phone off. We're live streaming,
bro.
Grief. No, you're not. hearing.
I just fucking listened to exactly what your dumbass said. You think I can't
You're
fucking
hearing,
multitask?
not listening. I do. I think you can't
Holy
multitask.
shit.
Anyhow, so the Zach Bagans thing, the demon house. I hate to call it Zach Bagans thing. 'Cause he lumped himself into it. Actually, Zach, you deserve this. The demon house thing, that's a big deal. It's another possession thing.
Yeah, a possession of a location.
No, a possession of people. This is actually recorded by.
Well, I mean, is it possession of a person or a possession of a location?
Well, no, we don't.
A localized demonic haunting.
Okay, so do you think that the house is so haunted that the energy got caught into the kids, or what do you think? Because
if I was to say, if I was a guy who thought that, if I thought for a second exorcism was real, give me a second. If I thought exorcism was real, then I would say the location is haunted. That there's something happened there that was probably brutal. And depending on your religious standings or your spiritual beliefs, something happened there that was really fucking bad. Something was happening there or did, and something took place that either allowed it to not, basically it was just dead and asleep, nothing was taking place. And then something happened while that family was there in the area that was bad enough to basically activate whatever the hell this was. To what's the term, I guess?
Reignite.
A portal. Reignite a portal or something like that to a spiritual plane. That maybe not a spiritual plane, but a cage or something like that, whatever you want to call it. That something was dormant. In. It opened a door, and it opened a dormant sleeping thing.
Well, that's
and it was pissed,
in the
and
demon
it was
house
fucking
thing,
with things.
That's something actually. One of the priests said, I think it was, they opened a dormant demon. It was chilling.
Yeah, he was just there, and then something took place in the location, something bad, with heavy enough emotion or heavy enough energy that it actually
something opened the door to have mountain.
Essentially, it activated whatever the location is, but not the possession of an individual person. Because once they would leave the zone, it would linger for a bit, but the energy would dissipate off the person over time.
Well, here's the thing: like with Annalise, she said she was. Hitler was one of the demons that possessed her. I'm not sure about that.
I don't think humans.
I think that's a deep schizophrenia or dissociative disorder, or he had multiple personality disorder. I don't know what the term directly is, but I think that was more the case, and that people just let her die, including the religious people.
Essentially, I think that's probably what happened. Was they just let her go?
I think they just let her die, and I think that the doctors didn't help because they drugged her up with stuff that made it worse. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'm not trying to be rude, but. I'm not trying to judge anybody, so if you guys have a retort, please email us at vanishinggates@gmail.com and let me know where you come from, and I'll gladly read it on the show. But the fact is, it seems kind of shady.
I think it's probably...
It seems like everybody just gave up.
I'm pretty sure what happened to her was essentially people just didn't care enough to try, and that people who were supposed to look didn't.
I think they cared too much in their own belief, and I think that was a problem.
I mean,
the doctors tried, supposedly,
perhaps,
and made it worse, I think, with the drugs. But maybe there was something spiritual there. Because, I mean, if she was telekinetically moving things, perhaps that's a thing, and it just... We don't know. We don't know.
Hold on now. Hold on. That actually brings me back to mythology. Good night, Dave and Chet. Have a good night. So that kind of brings me back to mythology. In Greek mythology, there's a belief that Zeus placed in humans leviathans. The leviathans were trapped in the souls of humans. That these creatures whisper in our sleep, and they bring us anxiety. Like most of the things we'll hear whispering in our sleep. We'll hear all these other things. That's actually the leviathans whispering in our ears. And so I've always wondered, what if? And hear my horrible conspiracy theory out that I get bored with. What if this is not a lie? What if humans are in fact a cage for these quote-unquote demons or leviathans? And essentially, what happens every once in a while is they're capable of whispering enough that they break the human down, that the cage door opens just a tiny bit inside of the person, just a tiny bit. And then the Catholic Church comes along, and this is why everything goes to clusterfuck zone when they show up. The Catholic Church comes along, and they've been told to open this cage and release this thing.
So wait, you think the Leviathans are scared of the Catholics?
No. I think they love them. I think if localized areas have had possessions in them, if houses after exorcisms are still haunted, that maybe those zones or portals aren't opened by demons actually having been there or horrible traumas. What if there's a person who is actually a caged thing?
Why are we blaming the Catholics,
by an ancient Greece? Hold on. but they're caged by ancient, like, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm having fun with this. Let me have my fun conspiracy theory.
Fun. It's gonna offend everyone again.
But what if Greek mythology wasn't wrong, and or it was just an interpretation of the Bible, whatever you want to call it, or God, whatever. Essentially, these creatures were inside of humans. These demons were caged inside of humans to keep them from going to, quote unquote, running amok or escaping hell. They're caged inside of humans. They're bad enough that they don't go to hell. And so they're trapped inside human souls. And then an exorcism takes place on a location, and that creates the portal in the area because you've released the demon, but the demon can't go far. It can only go to a certain distance because it's still centralized in an area.
Okay, hold on.
So basically it blasts the damn demon out of the human body, but it causes it to be worse because now the thing is free and it's fucking things up until it goes to sleep with no energy.
What I'm hearing is a bad thing gets inside of a human body and produces something worse.
No.
Or something terrible, some bad.
The story is that Zeus laid leviathans, the most destructive creatures, or would be demons in the Bible, into human souls.
The Leviathan wasn't the most destructive creature in the Bible.
Well, in Greek mythology, they were one of the most destructive things.
No, I'm saying is, so what if these demons or these terrible things got involved with people and produced something? Is that what you're saying, kind of?
No, I'm saying that humans are a cage, and that Catholics just simply open the door every once in a while thinking exorcism is right.
Catholics? Why are you always so mad about Catholics?
It's not just Catholics. I'm saying that they do exorcisms. Catholics. Because they do exorcisms.
Who doesn't?
Sorry, the religious people who do exorcisms.
Jewish people do exorcisms?
Everybody. Anyone who does exorcisms.
I'm not Catholic. I've been involved in exorcisms.
Instead of closing the door, they open it wider, which causes worse, which is why no exorcism actually turns out well.
Do exorcisms. Why are you going to pick on the Catholics?
Which is, I apologize, Catholics.
Because your knowledge of exorcism is
I will go
directly
ahead
onto
and just bring this back
Hollywood.
into everybody. All religions, doing exorcisms essentially opens the door, allowing something far worse out, which is why they don't go well. It's why people get hurt. They get killed. These things go bad.
Not
because
true.
They're opening the door to something evil inside of a person.
I think if you're doing the exorcism wrong, absolutely. I think,
and maybe once in a while, what if what they're opening the door for is something that's supposed to be sealed away, instead of actually not coming out? That's why they speak ancient. That's why they do all these things. That's why they're so much stronger than other things. Every once in a while, they're not actually ghosts or demons. They're something much stronger. And then every once in a while, they open this door, and this creature comes flying out that they can't handle.
Did you hear that woman that had either she went into a stroke or had a TBI, and she came up speaking with an English accent?
Yeah,
with nomenclature from places she's
I don't know if I've heard of that one. But
I've
heard of situations like this.
Yeah, but people get brain trauma and suddenly are speaking a different language or they have a different accent. I think that happens. So what do you think causes that? Never been there, never been involved in it too much. You're not saturated, but suddenly this is the thing that's happening.
No, maybe something enough that just cracks the cage.
If you lived 100 years ago, that would be demonic possession and you need to be stoned. Well, not here. We didn't stone people.
Well, actually, theoretically, depending on when this was, if this person liked, say, BBC America or something like that, if they liked British shows and they had a traumatic event that actually wiped them out, deslated them, that perhaps that was the first thing their brain clung to was those accents.
And stuff from other places. So what causes that?
They're just remembering TV shows. They're remembering news broadcasts if they watch something, like I said, BBC America.
But there's people that speak languages they never spoke before.
I mean, it's not hard to copy something. Like full on speaking it, like they could write it, they could speak it, they can understand it.
Yeah, if you're immersed in it, yeah, you can learn it. It's just
I've never heard of that before.
Happens.
I did not hear that one before. This is new on me, actually.
This happens here and there, yeah. So I knew a dude. He went on a church mission to Mexico. Didn't speak a lick of Spanish aside from "Hola."
¿Cómo estás?
It wasn't a big talker, and he went on a church mission trip. Not to get all preachy, guys. It's not what I'm doing. But he went down there and was actually there. I think they're building churches. I think it was El Salvador. Man, it's not Mexico, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know my Mexico country too. You not look at your phone. You're killing me here, bro.
Like legitimately listening.
God damn it. Yeah, but you're ruining my life. I can't pay attention to you tapping on the desk.
I am deeply apologetic.
He's not. Anyway, so they went down on a missions trip. he didn't talk too much to anybody else. He was there to pray and to help build a church and whatnot. And they came across a fellow in the market that was thrashing about. That came up and attacked them, basically, not physically but verbally in English. And this is everybody's freaked out because this guy didn't know a lick of English, and all the locals are like, "Holy crap, what's going on?" And people are trying to talk to him and pray for him and cast whatever out and ask his name. And the guy now walked up and said, "Hey, I don't know. I don't need to know your name. Do you want to be freed?" And a voice came out again. He's like, "No, I'm not talking to you." And it got really quiet. And a small voice said, "Yes." He says, "Okay, here's what you need to do." And he said a prayer, and the guy was fine. And everybody was freaked out because this dude had been nuts for years. Months or years. It's been a long time.
Months, years, days, seconds, who knows?
But, I mean, I've been involved in cases that people that were possessed. And I've seen crazy crap. So
I've never seen anything too crazy, to be honest. Like spiritually or otherwise, I've never seen
you were
anything
never
makes me
that
think
involved.
Oh, that's true. I've never been that involved, and I'm always a skeptic of things.
So, what do you think possession is as a whole? Do you think it's because you had a theory you wanted to talk about?
Well, that was the theory I just gave you.
Oh,
Was that it's just simply something that's locked away inside of us. I was like, I got bored, and I was like,
thing. So you're a Scientologist?
no.
Sounds like Scientology.
It's Greek. It's Greek mythology that Zeus locked Leviathan inside of humans, and they whisper evil things to us, which is why we get the dichotomy of an angel and a demon on our shoulder.
So Scientologist, now you know where L. Ron Hubbard gets it.
Yes. If you want me to write a religion for you, I can do that. I have all of the thoughts in my head to do this. I am ready to become the religious leader of a new cult. All right. I mean, not a cult, a proper religion.
Belief system.
Proper belief system. I will write one for you, and you will enjoy it.
Kill any smalls. I've actually seen like crazy stuff with possession, and so I'm wondering what everybody thinks. So, guys, email me when it comes to possession.
Email me.
Momentary possession versus constant possession versus oppression. So, oppression being something else is pushing you, and knowing what strings to pull, like looking at your phone. You're supposed to cut podcast
just look down, got back up, down, up. What do you want from me? Okay,
turn it over so you can't see it, bro.
Fucking dick.
Yeah.
There.
Potty mouth.
I can't even I have to open it to see what's said there. Like it just warns me of the notification. It doesn't even say anything. Okay.
You're possessed by the spirit.
I am possessed by.
You're oppressed by the spirit of what you're doing.
Listen, Bambi. Just talk.
Bambi.
Yeah. Bambi.
Oh my Bambi.
Fucking no.
Anyhow,
I don't fudging know, bro.
fudging nebra.
I just changed it up. I was like, let's do.
Do you know
at the last part of the show, let's talk normal. Let's talk without cussing. That's my goal here.
I've been trying this for.
I'm sorry. Which one?
40 minutes. Do you know any cases or ideas or historical culture aside from the Greek mythology you mentioned, which isn't really it's Scientology, that
is Greek mythology?
Nope.
What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, you're right. L. Ron Hubbard wrote it before the Greeks.
He did.
Back in before, what was it? Like 700 BC. That's definitely just before, L. Ron Hubbard was back then.
That was when the coelacanths took over and wrote the history of the world.
It's almost like L. Ron Hubbard stole shit from real religions that existed once upon a time.
You're going to get us fucking killed.
It's almost like that.
Can you calm your tits? You're going to get us killed.
Killed by what? My thetan levels are higher than all of theirs. They can fuck right off. All right? I can read their thoughts before they get to me.
If Tom Cruise chokes you out, I'm just going to stand back and say, hey, you know what, dude?
Oh, daddy.
No worry, bro. I wouldn't even ask.
You're not even going to pick that up? If Tom Cruise chokes me out, I said, oh, daddy, you're not even going to comment?
It was enough with the whole.
Just going to let that go. All right, just let that go.
We don't really hate Scientologists.
No, I don't hate any religion, but I'm going to tell everybody this right now. I will perfectly accept that your religion exists, and I will respect you have a right to it.
What he means,
but I will always insult the shit out of whatever I decide to insult the shit out of.
The idea that you have beliefs, but he will also
insult the shit out of them
because he has none.
Because
aside from
actually I have religion. I have a religious belief. I have a perfectly
God.
perfectly normal religious belief.
Oh yeah.
I believe in God.
Oh yeah.
I believe in an individual God.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I believe in a singular God.
You better not. You don't. He's gonna say him.
No. I believe in an all-encompassing universal being that controls and runs everything. I believe perfectly well in God. Yeah, no, I just
No, you
don't believe in
don't.
religious God. I don't believe in the Bible. I don't believe in any of the...
that works.
I don't believe in any of the predominant... I believe there is a creature that is more powerful, more
Thanos.
infinite, and you cannot fathom what this thing is, and no book or man would ever be able to tell you anything about it.
So you don't have.
And that it's not... It's
5
neither...
seconds to think that maybe
It has no real opinion of us there or here, honestly, my opinion. That it chooses here and there whether or not it's going to do anything.
What a lazy deity. That
No,
would be.
why would it need to be lazy?
I have no opinion or belief or idea about anything since it made.
Well, here's the thing. You also got to understand, I just
I'm
said I couldn't
bored.
fathom what this thing is. I just said I believe in it.
I'm just bored, so I'm gonna make all this shit and let it just go to shit.
I don't think that's the case, but I also don't think...
you just said that though. Like
No, I think it pays attention. I just don't think I don't think it's willing to
Cares?
step in to stop things that are good or bad.
yeah.
It's just there.
It's so I am.
Sometimes
the
it chooses-
Lord
it's-
of
it's fickle.
programming.
It fickily chooses what it's going
So
to do.
you believe in the programmer of the first chess game as God? Got you.
No,
I
like
don't
I
care
said,
who
an
wins or
infinite being
loses. I just
that I cannot fathom or understand,
I just have to
or
do
even begin to
something.
understand. Really, I can only tell you what I believe is that good things and bad things happen for a reason. That there's something there that does have a hand in it. I don't know.
Why would it have a hand if it doesn't care?
That's what I said. I don't know if it does or not. Honestly,
Quandaries.
my theory was that it may not care, but honestly, it's just doesn't have. I think in chat, sure, why not?
I mean, Tara,
You can be my god. I don't know who you are.
I mean,
I don't know. Why not? Why not? I have no real.
you know what, Tara?
thought
Picture
here or
didn't
there.
happen. Anyway,
Oof.
so continuing on.
Oof. Anyways,
Why do you
so
keep saying oof? Why
I
is
don't
everyone
fucking
saying oof? Why is my daughter saying oof?
I literally
Did you
started
start
saying it
this?
because your daughter started saying it, and I
That's
was like
fucking
sitting there,
terrible.
and
What
she
the
walks
fuck
up,
is
she goes,
oof?
"Oof!" when I fell over, and I was like, "What's that?" She's like, "Minecraft." I was like, "Oof." All right, got this. And then my friend actually started saying it before her, and they both started saying it, and I was like, "Okay, I got this." And I picked it up because I'm hip.
I'm so glad the world is
I'm
over.
old and hip. Okay.
No,
but
Tara, I'll never stop it. Don't even start.
anyways, my point is that Greek mythology came before all that shit, so don't ever disrespect it again.
Well, because Greek mythology doesn't care about his woman.
And also, why can't there be pantheons, by the way?
Nobody?
Why couldn't there be?
All right, whatever. Hey,
Why couldn't it be like a caretaker system? Like God was like, I don't want to be involved.
I think the Pantheon was kind of a caretaker system. Zeus's dad
In chat,
killed
Tara,
everybody.
did you type out winky face? That's there's actually emojis.
She actually said winky face.
That's
in chat.
that's fantastic.
It's dope.
It's 10
So-
out of 10.
What about those who are possessed or interacting with extraterrestrial beings? How do you approach that one? Because we've talked about this before with that one gal that was mating with aliens. Remember that one? Back in the day. This is like an older episode.
Would that be considered possession or more mind control?
What's the difference? I mean, if they're in your head, the idea. Okay, so the idea from certain religious beliefs.
Oof. She's on Xbox, everybody. No, she's out. Can't be my god. You have to be on PlayStation.
Okay, stop saying oof, and she still cares. So the point is,
Fantastic.
really, we're just keep doing this.
No, I'm sorry. I'm done now.
We'll never get to a topic ever in the
Aliens.
show because we can't.
We've just done a whole topic for like 40 minutes.
no,
Let's
we
keep
did
going.
multiple non-topics for 40 minutes.
You
We've
cut me off. You're like,
around.
I have talked, and you're just like, what you're saying is not a topic.
What
You
you're
are
saying
you
is
are
not
of
a
no
topic.
consequence.
See, right now, it's not
I am of no consequence in
because
any
you
of this.
have
Apparently.
you're a lesser bearded man. Your beard is lesser.
Okay, listen.
You were Jack's
Listen
lesser beard.
You stop insulting my damn beard right now, okay?
It's not a beard.
You stop insulting it.
You have a goat. Not even a goatee. It's a goat. Grow your cheeks out.
Fantastic. Anyway, so you were saying about alien possessions.
Okay, so what's the difference between alien possession and demonic possession, do you think? Do you think there's a real, like... So we think about things, we talked about the gal that was like... she said she was impregnated by lots of aliens, and they like came into her house, and her whole family was froze up and whatnot. Remember that? was a long while ago.
It's
2
been
years
so long
ago.
since I've watched that one or I've heard that one.
You never heard it. We said it.
Yeah, I know. Since I've heard, or since I talked about it, or read it, or
Never
anything.
listened to it. But this was one of the things you brought up.
Hmm.
And she got like the aliens came into the wall, and everybody was frozen. They brought her up, and she was even saying she was a Christian woman, and like it was a religious thing. What's the difference there between that and maybe a demonic possession or a extraterrestrial possession? I think there's a difference. Do you think? See, for me, I think
yes and no at the same time, because I think you go first and then I'll go.
Well, I was going to break down simply for me and my beliefs. We have a body, we have a soul. So what's the difference when it comes extraterrestrial? Do you think that there's a differentiation there? Do you think that there are these beings that aren't us, these existential beings that aren't necessarily demonic? Are they demonic or are they extraterrestrial? Are they interdimensional? How do we separate this? Yeah, big question, motherfucker. Big question. You're welcome.
Okay, so
you want to mess with me? I'm going to mess with you intellectually.
Okay.
Yes, not checkers.
This makes sense, but I think one is a whole-bodied possession with a creature that is stagnantly inside of you, making decisions for you. At the drop of a dime, it decides different things. Whereas the possession you're talking about, or mind control, is something having placed
So you think it's the same
suggestive thought into your head, but it doesn't affect your day-to-day. So it's essentially a trigger versus something that's cognitively there at all times, making a decision for everything you do or affecting everything you do. Whereas another is simply making suggestions. So they place a suggestive thought in your head. That makes a choice for you.
What about when they control your body? Because that's what a lot of the.
I think that's just suggestive thought too.
So you don't think alien interactions are real?
No.
People aren't getting abducted.
I think it's if people are getting abducted. If people are getting abductive.
If you're getting abductive, call me because that sounds like a
fucking
good
word.
time.
Let's keep going. Anyways, so if people are getting abducted, then if it's real, depending on your train of thought, I'd say it's just more. It's more suggestive thought. It's not actually like a possessive thing. It's not like they control you, unless it's a something they place in your head. Aliens, whatever you believe in, doing it.
Or demons. So you think that your beliefs form what's bothering you? That's called a mental disorder.
What are you talking about?
Well, you were saying that.
Suggestive thought?
Yeah, so
it's not your belief. Someone places a suggestive thought. That's how hypnosis works. Is they place a suggestive thought into your head, a suggestive thought into your head, and then a trigger activates that thought. So at night, when an alien abduction is about to happen, and they don't want to have to come get you physically, they don't want to have to come and get you. Basically, it activates in your sleep a suggestive thought that triggers in your brain for you to walk out of your house or leave a section. It takes control of you under suggestive thought versus possession. So on your day-to-day, it has no effect on you. But when they want it to activate, they basically set a trigger on you. Yeah, they put a trigger in your brain that activates and flares up because your brain is just a computer. It's just nothing but a watery computer. So think of it that way. It's a very powerful thing that we have a lot of knowledge about nowadays, but we don't still quite know how the human body works as a whole.
It's also high in protein.
Okay, well, yeah, but you can still program a human. So think of it like they're programming humans to be like, well, let's go outside,
so you think
or it's time to go for a walk.
Alien, or?
No, I don't think any of it's alien, actually. I don't believe in aliens in the sense that they come here to see us. I don't think that's the case.
So what do you think causes all this?
Causes possession?
Well,
I think it's... Oh, you mean like in general? I think it's a mental disorder.
Do you think it's all in your head?
Yeah, I think it's just in people's heads. I think people have triggers.
What about people that see people that are acting in pneumonia?
Okay, well, let me ask you this. I mean, you were epileptic as a kid, right?
Yeah, I had epilepsy.
Do you still have epilepsy?
No.
Trigger, gone. The trigger that caused your epilepsy is gone.
No.
As an adult, it is not impossible for you to develop neurological disorders that will cause you to act out like that. It is not impossible that something happens, trauma, brain damage, things like that. That's something that can happen to you that is so minute.
I'm quite aware of TBIs and whatnot and high stress.
Yeah, but it's things can happen that are so minute that doctors don't pick up on until it's too late, and you can start showing signs of things that would be considered
Who
possession,
was the football player
psychosis.
that shot himself in the heart because he wanted his head studied after he had TBI? Was it Junior Seau?
Was it? I don't remember. I think it was either Junior Seau or.
But he shot himself in the heart. So
I can't remember who. I don't remember.
He wanted his brain studied after the TBI.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But there's a big difference between TBI and something else that goes on, man. Like, so as a kid with epilepsy, it was different, and people didn't understand it. But as an adult, there's a huge difference. Like, I've seen people that were possessed by something that wasn't them.
Okay, but
there's certain physical factors that come into effect. You can't fake.
Like
you
what?
Can't,
becoming stronger?
Not just that. No, because stronger is easy. Stronger, you get stressed out. Suddenly your endorphins kick in. You can lift a car off a kid.
Well, it's because your body actually pulls back on what it does, so you
how
don't
about
tear your
people whose
muscles.
faces change in front of you and they can...
Not impossible.
They're... really?
It happens, so it's not impossible.
Define faces change.
It's not. It happens, so it's not impossible.
Define it in a physical way, because it doesn't happen.
Well, your muscles contort ridiculously. Your jaw pops out because the muscles are pulling on the jaw so strong.
This isn't a Toby Hooper movie, man. This is like a real...
Okay, well, I'm just saying. You're asking me to explain the way a face changes. If the muscles no longer have the... Because your muscles are controlled. That way your muscles don't tear themselves. You don't overexert. You don't overexert yourself.
Yep.
Well, you lose that when something happens. You have an episode, something triggers it, and then essentially your face contorts because you no longer have control over those muscles properly. So you go into a seizure mode, something like that, and it pulls back as hard as it can by accident.
Seeing your face contort versus seeing your face change is different.
I mean, like actually change.
The ripples of your face, the entirety of your face change at least momentarily.
Okay, I thought you were talking about like
black thing release out of your head like a cloud. I mean, you could fart black.
Okay,
I don't know
about that.
How about people puking black bile? These are things I've actually seen.
Okay, well those are things I don't know what to say about that. But
I
thought you were just talking about like when someone's mouth like opens abnormally wide.
That's why I bring it up.
I just figure like
maybe you're just
your jaw just dislocates or something, and
maybe you had an ancestor that really liked the anacondas and you guys hooked up. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, your jaw could just dislocate.
Well, this is
like
the
under the stress, the muscle could tear it out of place. Maybe I don't know.
Bring the alien factor of it.
I'm not a scientist or a doctor.
I've seen things that you can't just explain.
Well, here's the thing. I will say one thing I can say for a fact. There's just stuff in this world that I cannot explain away. That I cannot argue with you and say, well, I have an answer for that, because there's just things that it's not. Like there's some things I can explain.
Like the show Friends. Like people still like that.
I like that show.
Aside from the song,
I liked it.
By the Rembrandts, I'll Be There For You.
Yeah. I liked that show. I thought it was funny.
Show. I have to agree. I didn't.
I thought it was good.
I have to say I never
thought it was good. So this is my acceptance and admittance that I thought the show Friends was okay.
Okay, so have you ever gone to a place where you just couldn't walk into?
I have on more than one occasion.
You just couldn't do it.
Been to places where I will not walk through a door.
Well, not that you will not, but you just like you go there and your body's like, nope, fuck off.
Once
we're not doing this.
One time.
Yeah.
And it wasn't actually a location; it was a closet.
I don't want to clean my dildos out.
No, that's funny. I know that sounds funny, but legitimately, it was a closet.
So tell me about it.
I don't really want to talk about it.
Why?
It's creepy as shit.
Well, then talk about it. This is what we're doing.
All right. Well, I was at.
I don't know if you know this, but this is kind of our thing.
Oh, really? Did we talk about shit like this? Oh shit! I thought we just bullshitted half the time.
Well, we mostly bullshit.
Well, I mean, I bullshit half the time.
We still want creepy shit.
Yeah, that's true. No, so I'm skeptical, but I have seen some things. I saw something that was abnormally out of nothing, and it was essentially somebody. And they were in a closet, and they shouldn't have been there. And I walked over to look in, and before I could even like peek in or get really close to it, I stopped moving. And I don't know why, because I'm not afraid of shit like this.
Was this a dream or like a thing that happened?
It was a thing that happened.
Well, then tell me about it.
And I stopped, and I looked at it, because somebody had peeked out around a corner and looked at me. And I swear to God this happened to me, but it was dark. You got to realize this room was dark, and there's no way I should have been able to see this, but the person was like pale white.
Where was this?
I'm not explaining where this was.
No, it's a little bit of info.
I will talk about it after the show, but I'm not gonna tell you. But anyway, so it was like someone had peeked.
Is peeling away
around the corner at me, and I stopped walking before I get to the closet, and I just had this overwhelming sense of don't fucking go look. Like I wasn't afraid. I was going to look. I was actually going to look. So I was like, what the fuck? And I walked over, and halfway there, I get about 6 feet maybe, and I stopped. And this urge was just like, do not look in that fucking closet. It's like, you need to turn around and get the hell out of this room right now. And
somewhere we lived?
No. And it was at someone's house. And I turned around and I walked the fuck out, and I would not go into that room again. I to this day, I will not go into that room again.
Yeah, so you're still involved with this room?
No.
Oh, well.
But I wouldn't if I was. Like, I mean, I can physically enter the room, but I won't go near the closet.
And you still in? So wait.
I avoid the room, but I won't go near the closet. And
So
it's not. I'm not afraid of it. I just
have
don't want
contact with this person still. In this
Why are
household?
you digging so hard?
No, I'm just trying to get a good.
I just said I don't want to
perspective.
explain it.
Well, you told me to explain after, but like, give me a broad spectrum. Is it somewhere you still?
It's someone I know, and it's someone I still have contact with.
Okay, so there's still a place that you just won't go to.
Yeah, there's still
Okay,
just a
'cause
location
people are
I won't go
listening, man.
to.
This is what we're talking about. Like,
So there is a location
that's it.
I don't
That's
fuck
all I'm
with.
digging on. Well, I'll dig later. You're gonna explain to me later.
And the thing is the thing is
don't.
I know it's stupid, and I know it was probably nothing,
Or
and it was probably
not.
just my imagination because I was a little tired and it was late, and it was probably just that. But the thing is maybe it wasn't, maybe it was. But the thing is it's just the way it is.
So before Urbex was a thing, people doing urban expedition and checking out abandoned houses. By the way, it's never been not a thing. We're all called wannabe amateur archaeologists, so piss off. I have been doing this. I did. I don't do it anymore. When I was a kid, I always wanted to explore places. Think I was going to find some treasures, some cool stuff. So Urbex is not such a crazy thing. It's been going on for a long time. When I was young,
Make sure this isn't work related. Hold on.
and folks listening, one moment, please. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, in his phone, bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah.
I just burnt a spider on the end of my cigar.
Yeah, that's it. There you go. Anyhow, so I was walking into a place that I thought was totally abandoned. Might have been. But I actually tried to walk through the threshold of the front porch, and I physically couldn't do it. There was no reason to be afraid. I wasn't worried about people looking and going, oh, he's going to break and enter, because I wasn't. I knew it was abandoned. I tried to walk into this door. I just could not do it physically. As much as I tried, it was like I was bouncing against a freaking force field almost, if you would. I just could not do it. And then when I finally tried to push my hand through it, the deepest fear I've had ever at that point overcame me. I walked away.
I think that actually leads me to kind of one of those things.
It wasn't like there was a moral problem there, because I knew it was abandoned. No one lived there. No one owned the lease on it. It was just abandoned.
Yeah.
But I knew something was terribly wrong.
Well, I mean, there's natural instinct. I think human instinct is underrated these days.
That was a long stretch instinct, because I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. I just knew something was terribly wrong. Nothing about the surroundings, the houses around it were cool.
Well, I mean, what the story about oh God, was it Gacy? He used to kill people and take them to Provo Valley. I can't remember. No, it wasn't Gacy.
John Wayne Gacy.
Who was it?
Chicago?
No. They took him to Provo Valley. It was Ted Bundy or something. I can't remember what. It was one of those famous serial killers, and he almost got caught because there were these hikers. This guy and this girl went hiking, and it was a story that you can actually hear. And he tells it. He said that he almost got caught because he was hiding people, or he just killed someone for the first time, and he hid their body, or he had to hide because someone was coming.
Yeah, I don't remember who that was.
And he winds up kicking. This guy winds up walking through he's walking through the forest with his girlfriend, and he kicks something that was squishy.
A dead body, yeah.
And he turns and walks away instead of even looking. He just leaves instantly. He just overwhelmingly decides he needs to get the hell out of there with his girlfriend. He doesn't know he kicked a body. He doesn't know until later. And that's when, and he explains, he says, this is when I thought I was going to get caught first. He's like, I don't know why this guy turned around. He's like, I didn't make a move. I didn't say anything.
Yeah, who was that? I did another podcast about that with Matthew.
I don't know, but he was explaining that he thought he was about to get caught, and for some reason this guy just turned. And I'm thinking that's what it is. It's like, we don't know there's something wrong, but there's something innate inside of us that
We
warns the
know
shit out of us. There's something wrong that we need to move now.
So there have been people I've met. We're going to the possession part of it. There are people I've met that I know are possessed. There are people that have attachments. Big difference. I'm not doing the whole psychic medium thing because I'm not. You know something's wrong with some people.
Yeah, I think it just goes back to natural instinct. It's like your instinct's telling you to fear something or worry about something.
But
it's not psychic.
Like,
it's just your bodies and you're just your...
Well, I wouldn't say it was psychic, but yeah, you're attuned, you're aware, you know your surroundings, your fight or flight works.
Well, think about it like this.
But there's a big difference between someone who is just a drug addict who's jonesing for crack, and guys, I deal with that a lot here. I'm looking at people walking through my alley like, okay, you're about to break in, and I stand up and they leave, versus someone who I'm like, oh, I'm going to have to kill this person.
Well,
it's a big difference.
I agree, but
By
here's
the way,
the thing.
I've never had to kill anyone.
I don't think I think a lot of these things, like this guy in Provo Valley who didn't go after the body, you not going through the door, me not going to the closet or going towards the closet. It all comes back to observation.
I should have my mother-in-law have her brother on the show and talk about the two guys from the Bay Area that were serial killers.
Oof.
And he was digging body holes for. You hear about that?
No.
No, I'll tell you about it.
It's a good story, though. It sounds like it.
It's a real thing.
Oh.
Oh.
Let's take my pill. Something to wrap. I don't want to die of like blood stroke.
High blood stroke? Is that
a high blood pressure stroke?
How about a low blood?
Oof.
You're smoking a cigar, your blood pressure's dropping. Unless your oxygen saturation's low.
My oxygen saturation.
Really? Saturation. How do I do that?
It's because I was born with a spinal disease. My lungs aren't developed properly.
I have a spinal disease.
Mm-hmm.
You're fat. It's different.
No, I do have spinal disease, and so it causes my lungs to have not developed properly. So I don't actually have as strong lungs as you.
Oh, I'm a super.
No, I'm just weak that way.
I'm a mediocre hero. You're the superhero.
You're a normal hero.
I'm a normal dude. Son of a bitch.
You're a normal guy.
No, I always get this when they do like lung checks. Like, oh, your lungs are super strong. Are you a runner?
I always get.
None of it don't have to.
Goddamn breathalyzer test. Gotta find out every once in a while.
Dude, like they do oxygen saturation tests. Your oxygen levels are really good. I'm like, really?
Yeah, they do mine. They're like,
I haven't had water in 10 days.
My favorites are like, could you possibly blow longer? And I'm like, that's what she said. They don't think that's funny. Don't think that's funny. But it's also, you can't, so I don't know what to say.
Well, so I hope you don't have esophageal cancer.
I probably do.
That's you don't drink.
I probably still do.
That's what. Probably still do? Drink?
Yes.
You have one errant hair on your mustache that I really want to just pluck. Bugging the shit out of me. I'm not going to touch it, though. It's your face. So you're going to hit the mic?
I just tore it out of my face.
We're live that way. So, all right. We had a topic.
Yes. Possession.
So, okay, overall. Demonic possession versus possession versus other people's possession. We talked about people entering other people's bodies.
That's not real.
You've never had sex? Sorry. Low hanging
I will say
fruit.
some of the things we do for it, though, that will seem like possession.
All right. Well, anyway. This is episode whatever.
This is episode whatever, everybody.
97, I think?
Welcome to Whatever Zone.
That's what I get for waking up at... I tell you. I've been up for too long.
Stop doing it.
Oh, I will be. Don't worry.
Groovy.
We're going to get sued by... Anyhow. This is Vanishing Gates. I'm Jade. This is...
The Funkle Josh. Jack. I don't care. Jack. There we go. I'm too tired to fucking care anymore.
The Jack-Jock?
The
jock strap.
I can't speak anymore.
Funkle jock strap.
We finally hit the time of night when Jack literally loses the ability to speak English.
And you have to drive?
No, I have to drive.
Why don't you just crash on the couch, dude?
No, I'm gonna go
Way
out
safer.
there. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna take other people's lives into my hands. That's the kind of dickhead I am. I'm not drunk. I'll be fine. I can drive once I.
Tired and drunk are the same thing.
I suppose I'll be fine.
I hate to break it to you,
I only
guys,
live like
folks,
10 minutes away. I'm
like-
fine. Just need to make it 10 minutes.
It's a real thing though. If you're tired, don't drive. Drunk, don't drive.
That's right.
The thing. Don't follow Jack's example. Apparently,
Follow
call
my
a
example
damned
at all
Uber or
times.
something.
A damned Uber? I want to call a fucking holy
A
Uber.
damned- I want a holy Uber so I don't get Uber possessed. Have you seen the preview for Stuber?
For what?
It's called Stuber.
Well, if I'm asking,
It
I don't
has
know.
Dave Bautista.
Oh, God.
Basically, the guy named Steve or Stu or whatever is an Uber driver, and Batista's like some kind of cop or hitman or whatever. Gets in the ride.
Yes.
Actually, pretty funny.
You've got me.
I'll have to watch the.
I just feel
trailers.
like.
All right, this has been Vanishing Gates. I'm Jay, your host, and this again is we're gonna do this twice now.
Yeah, let's do it again.
Let's
Do
butt
it
whack
again.
this Jack.
Do
Hey,
it again.
don't forget if you guys want to get involved in our giveaway on our 100th episode,
Yeah, if you want to get involved,
send us a really good.
get involved.
Yeah, that.
We'll have this figured out in no time. Don't you
No,
worry.
here's what we're doing. We're doing the like the page, and give us a good review or a review. It's hilarious,
Yeah.
but not a bad review. That'd be mean.
Gotta be a good review.
But follow us on the Facebook page. Get involved because this is where we usually do our live streams. If that moves, I'll let you know. But for this point, we won't. I'm tired. He's tired, and we will catch you guys later. Email us your stories of the unexplained and the paranormal, and we'll read them on the show.
We sure will.
He doesn't mean that sarcastically. We'll actually do it.
No, yeah, no,
He's just being an asshole.
no, I'm just an asshole. 89, 23, 600% of the time. Bye, everybody.
There you go.